Imagine walking onto a reunion stage, ready for peace, but instead, dropping a truth so explosive it shatters everything. No scripts, no edits, just raw betrayal, secret voice notes, and a mic drop moment VH1 begged to bury. What you're about to see? It's not just reality TV. It's a scandal rewriting the game. Stay tuned, because this isn't a story you want to miss. The moment Yandy said, "Say it to my face," Erica say it. "You didn't mess with my husband before our wedding." The entire set fell into a dead hush. Not a breath, not a blink. Just Erica, sitting there with that smirk, and then she leaned in and whispered, "You weren't even his first choice, sis." Boom, mic dropped. Cameras cut. Producers froze. Mona Scott reportedly walked off set. And no, this isn't just some reunion recap. This is the scandal VH1 tried to bury. But the cameras, they kept rolling long after the lights went down. And what they caught? It's raw, it's real, it's explosive, and it's already rewriting the love and hip-hop legacy, being blocked in multiple countries. Yandy found out the truth. Erica and Mendeecees were sneaking around before the vows, before the ring. Before the so-called happily ever after. And the worst part, there's receipts. Real footage from a hotel hallway, the kind with timestamps and tension. You see a message sent at 2:14 a.m. the night before the wedding. And if that wasn't enough, there's a voice note. Erica never deleted it. In it, she says with a cold calm, "He told me he didn't love her." Boom, there it is. Raw, unfiltered, and undeniable. So now the question is, will Yandy burn the whole house down or walk away, carrying the weight of knowing the love of her life looked her in the eyes and lied? Welcome to the truth. Let's rewind. The reunion hadn't even officially begun, and already, the air was thick enough to choke on. The lights were still warming up. The cameras were still locking focus, but the drama, oh, it was simmering, waiting to detonate. And then Yandy walked in. No smile, no hugs, no small talk. She wasn't dressed for reconciliation, she was dressed for war. Head to toe in all black, hair slicked back like armor. Not peace power, pulled back like she was heading into war. And make no mistake, she was. Across from her, Erica Mena sat like she was lounging at brunch, legs crossed, attitude sky high, and that signature smirk carved into her face like she'd already won. But Yandy wasn't blinking. Her expression, stone cold. No remorse, no hesitation. Just the kind of focused fury that builds quietly. Right before it dead-on, ATES. Producers whispered frantically behind the scenes. Mona Scott was pacing, checking her phone every 5 seconds. Security, already at the edge of their seats. Because what Yandy was about to say wasn't in the script. Let me tell you. Locked eyes with Yandy like she was bored at best, smug at worst. The kind of lean that says, "Yeah, I said what I said on what?" And then, with a voice so low it made everyone lean in, she whispered, "You weren't even his first choice, sis." Boom. Silence. The type of silence that swallows sound. No one moved. No one breathed. Producers stopped in their tracks. Cameras caught crew members with mouths literally open. Mona gone, vanished. Probably somewhere backstage, trying to rewrite reality. Yandy didn't scream, didn't cry. She just sat there, blinking, absorbing a truth that finally had a voice. And in that moment, no reunion mattered, no spin could fix it. This was the moment VH1 never wanted aired. And trust, this wasn't over. Not even close. Photo timestamped 2:14 a.m. Just hours before the wedding rehearsal. Erica in a hoodie. Mendeecees with his head down, both entering through the back. People said it could have been anyone. Could have been nothing, but then came the voice note. Erica's voice, clear as daylight. "He told me he didn't love her. Not like that." Boom. There it was. Not a rumor, not gossip, evidence. And when Yandy stood face to face with Erica on that reunion stage, all the quiet, all the ignoring, all the gaslighting she'd endured, gone. Because when Erica leaned in and said, "What if I did?" with that smile, it wasn't just a taunt, it was confession, confirmation, and coronation. She knew she won, or thought she did. Yandy didn't break down, she burned up. Security stepped in. Mona's headset was going off. And love and hip-hop, for the first time in a long time, wasn't reality TV, it was real. No edits, no cuts, no saving face. Just the truth, raw and smoking in the middle of a soundstage. And that was all it took. The internet exploded. Twitter threads became investigations. Reddit turned into a crime lab. By-side photos, gate analysis, hoodie zoom dash-ins. The consensus. It was them, fans, who once dismissed it as messy gossip were now convinced. This wasn't hearsay anymore. It was a pattern. And Erica's black heart emoji. Not denial. Not remorse. Just chaos. She didn't have to say anything. She knew what she was doing. Fueling it, feeding it, because in this game, silence isn't weakness. It's control. Yandy, meanwhile, posted nothing, no statement, no clapback, no subtweet. Just disappeared from social for 48 hours. And that silence, louder than anything, Erica said. Because when she came back she came back with receipts. And that's where this story flips. The reunion aired, and it was chaos from the first second. Yandy sat down, looked directly at Erica and said, "You played in my face," and smiled while doing it. Erica crossed her legs calmly. "Girl, you played yourself. Marrying a man who was still texting me." Jaws dropped, cameras zoomed in. Producers, whispered. Yandy didn't flinch. She pulled out a folder thick with receipts. Timestamp screenshots, printed DMs. "You want to lie on TV? We can show the truth on TV, too." Erica stood up. Security stepped forward. But Yandy didn't move. She just said, "He told you you were his favorite mistake, but to me he said you were just a phase." Silence, then gasps, then the credits rolled with no music, just heavy breathing and flashing lights. This wasn't just reality TV, it was reality unraveling in real time. Flicker barely visible, but it was there. That crack in her confidence, the tiniest twitch of a smile fading, and the world saw it. Yandy didn't blink. She stared through her. "That's your legacy," she said. A whisper in a phone. "While I built a home." No one spoke. Not the cast, not the host. Mona frozen, the live audience silent. This wasn't just scandal, it was heartbreak sharpened into vengeance. Yandy stood, camera following, and said one final thing before walking off stage. "You can keep the lies. I'm keeping my peace." Boom. Cut to black. Reality. Redefined. Betrayal between two women, but the collapse of a carefully crafted facade. Mendeecees' absence only deepened the wounds, leaving questions hanging heavy in the air about loyalty, trust, and the cost of fame. As cameras panned over shocked faces, the tension was palpable. No scripts could contain the raw emotion unfolding, and the viewers at home witnessed a breaking point that would change everything. For a very end, Yandy locked eyes with the crowd, her voice steady but heavy with pain. "How many times did I question my own sanity, wondering if I was making it all up?" she said. "Have you ever loved someone who made you feel like the hurt was just in your head?" Erica crossed her arms, cool and unfazed. "It's not betrayal. If he wasn't yours," she shot back. The room held its breath, tension thick enough to cut with a knife. Then, almost too late, a producer hissed, "Cut her mic," but the damage was done. The truth was out, raw and undeniable. But Mona snapped back, "Let it roll." What followed was pure chaos. Erica flipped her hair, smirking, and shot back. "You want to talk loyalty, Yandy? You were planning that wedding for Instagram likes." Then Yandy dropped the bomb, locking eyes with Erica. "Say it to my face. Erica, say you didn't mess with my husband before our wedding." The entire set fell silent, not a single breath, not a single blink, just Erica sitting there smirking. Then she whispered, "You weren't even his first choice, sis." Boom. Mic dropped. Cameras cut. Producers froze. Mona Scott reportedly ran off set. "Yep, this ain't some reunion recap. This is the scandal VH1 tried to bury." The cameras kept rolling even after the lights went off, and what they captured was so raw, so explosive, it's already being blocked in multiple countries. Yandy found out the truth. Erica and Mendeecees were sneaking around. The lights were barely warmed up, the camera was still adjusting focus, but the drama was boiling. The energy in the studio wasn't nervous. It was electric, waiting to explode. When Yandy walked in, she wasn't smiling, she wasn't hugging castmates, she wasn't even dressed for peace. She came in wearing all black, hair pulled back like she was heading into war, and make no mistake, she was across from her. Erica Mina sat with her legs crossed higher, and while Yandy's about to, her expression was stone cold, not a hint of remorse, not a flicker of discomfort. It was the look of a woman who knew exactly what was about to go down, and welcomed it. Producers whispered nervously behind the scenes. Mona Scott Young was pacing, checking her phone every 5 seconds. Security was already at attention, because what Yandy was about to say wasn't in the script. Discomfort. was the look of a woman who knew exactly what was about to go down and welcomed it, producers whispered. Nervously, behind the scenes, Mona Scott-Young was pacing, checking her phone every 5 seconds. Security was already at attention because what Yandy was about to say wasn't in the script. Turned to Erica. Did you sleep with my husband before our wedding? Gasps, the type of gasp that makes grown men sit up straight, that makes even the audience forget to breathe, because this wasn't just drama, this was betrayal of biblical proportions, and Erica, she didn't even flinch, instead she leaned forward and said, what if I did? Boom, end of piece, end of pretending, end of every stage. Smile, VH1, ever paid for rumors. Had been swirling whispers that Erica and Mendeecees had a thing back in the day before Yandy and Mendeecees made it official. At first nobody took it seriously. Erica Mendeecees, please, she was busy with Safiri, he was playing the devoted man. It didn't add up until it did, until someone leaked a blurry hotel surveillance clip to people, one looking suspiciously like Erica, the other built like Mendeecees. The footage was timestamped 3:27 a.m. 2 nights before Yandy's wedding. Twitter erupted, blogs lit up, and Erica, she didn't deny it, she didn't confirm it either, she just posted a black heart emoji. The kind of post that says, go ahead and guess. 2 nights before Yandy's wedding, Twitter erupted, blogs lit up, and Erica didn't deny it, she didn't confirm it either. She just posted a black heart emoji, the kind of post that says, go ahead and guess. Smoking gun, a voice note, Erica's voice recorded late one night. Laughing, Mendeecees told me I was always his biggest mistake. But also his favorite. That was it, that was the moment Yandy's silence broke. She called Mona, demanded the reunion be unscripted, and told producers, if y'all want ratings, don't stop me when I speak. Exactly that moment changed everything. Yandy took control of the narrative, and the reunion became raw, real, and unforgettable. No more scripts, no more pretending, just pure truth, unfolding live in front of everyone. Aether. He had refused to appear, saying it was too messy, and he didn't want to be part of the circus, but his voice haunted the room. The more that tape played, the deeper the wound felt. Like this reunion wasn't just about answers, it was about exposing years of silent betrayal, and Lise was just another episode. You know how many nights I sat up thinking I was crazy? She asked, y'all ever been in love with someone who made you feel like you imagined the betrayal? Erica folded her arms. It wasn't betrayal if you didn't own him yet. Silence, then a producer whispered, cut her mic. What came next was chaos with lip gloss. Erica stood, tossed her hair back, and said, you want to talk about loyalty, Yandy? You were already planning that wedding for Instagram likes. Meanwhile, he was in my bed saying you were just his public image. The moment Yandy said, say it to my face, Erica, say you didn't mess with my husband before our wedding. The footage also captured whispered conversations and stolen kisses moments. That confirmed what rumors only hinted at. It was undeniable proof of betrayal and deception. Yandy's world shattered on camera, but instead of breaking, she used it as fuel. The reunion became a battleground where truth was the only weapon, and no one was safe from the fallout. The stakes were higher than ever. This wasn't just reality TV drama. It was a raw expose on trust, lies, and the cost of love gone wrong. Was calm, but fierce. She looked straight into the camera and said, it's time for the truth to come out. No more hiding. No more pretending. The chat exploded with thousands of viewers watching every word. Tension thickened as Yandy detailed her side of the story, calling out Mendeecees for lies and Erica for betrayal. Fans were torn, some sympathized with Yandy's pain, others questioned Mendeecees' silence. The drama had reached a fever pitch, and the internet couldn't get an stumbled over his words, trying to respond, but Yandy wasn't having it. Save it, she said, her voice cold and unyielding. Your excuses don't fix what you broke. The live stream ended with Yandy's final words echoing through social media, a bold declaration that this chapter was closing. But the fallout was far from over. Fans waited, holding their breath for what would happen next in this real-life drama that had captivated the world. Betrayal and heartbreak can break even the strongest of people. Yet Yandy's response to her devastating situation was nothing short of remarkable. Instead of crumbling under the weight of public scrutiny and personal anguish, she made a move that only deepened the respect and admiration that so many had for her. While Erica struggled to regain her footing amidst the harsh, unforgiving spotlight, trying to spin the story in her favor, the narrative dramatically shifted. Yandy didn't just survive, the scandal she emerged from it transformed. She was no longer seen as just a victim caught in a web of deception and lies, but rather as a powerful symbol of resilience, strength, and self-worth. Her courage to confront the painful truth head-on, without hiding behind rehearsed apologies or manufactured tears, resonated with countless people who saw a genuine human story behind the glitz and glamour of reality TV. The scandal that once threatened to destroy her reputation and break her spirit ultimately became a catalyst for her empowerment. It reshaped the way audiences perceive reality television drama not as shallow entertainment driven by scripted conflicts and staged moments, but as a raw portrayal of real human pain, betrayal, and the difficult but necessary journey toward healing and recovery. Yandy's story transcended the usual reality show theatrics, shining a spotlight on the emotional complexity that often lies beneath the surface of these televised dramas. She turned her personal heartbreak into a narrative of growth and empowerment, inspiring others to reclaim their own voices and find strength in adversity. In doing so, she challenged the industry's norms and redefined what it means to rise from the ashes of betrayal with grace and unwavering determination. The truth that set me free, and sometimes the hardest betrayals lead to the greatest awakenings. The crowd erupted in applause because in that moment, Yandy owned her story, not as a victim, but as a survivor, ready to rise on her own terms. And that, my friend, is the real power of truth and healing system that turns love into a game of power and betrayal, where loyalty is tested and trust is fragile. Maybe it's all of them, each playing a part in a story that's messy, painful, and very human. But in the end, the real hero might just be Yandy, someone who refused to be silenced, who found strength through heartbreak, and who chose healing over bitterness. What do you think? Who stands out most to you in this tangled web? Them both from future projects, or is this just reality TV at its most intense and real? Drop your thoughts. Are we witnessing the unraveling of true betrayal, or just the show's writers turning up the heat for ratings? And honestly, how much do you think the audience's reaction shapes what these stars do next? Hot straight to you, so buckle up, because this ride is far from over. What's your take? Redemption or ruin for Erica, a comeback queen or cancelled for good? And Yandy Phoenix rising or final act? Can she rebuild after all this, or is the damage done? Spill all your tea below, because we're here for it, and so are thousands of others. Don't miss a beat, ring that bell, and get ready for the next chapter of this wild story.